had 10 games across the association last night, so let's go coast to coast on the action. Starting with Steph Curry. Unfortunately, he's ruled out through the All-Star break. That means he will not play in the All-Star game with that lingering knee issue. But Adam Silver selected Brandon Ingram to replace him. Chiney, your thoughts?
I like this. I like this because you understand that the All-Star game matters to B.I. He's the leading scorer for the Raptors. They're 2 games out from potentially being even number 2 in the East. And he did say that, going to the Raptors helped him defensively, but also offensively. He's more of an efficient player. So I like this new look B.I., a new perspective from him. So nailed it.
There you go. On the Warriors side of it, the team says that they're hopeful Steph will be back right after the break. And the Warriors are also still waiting on Tingus Pingus, Kristaps Porzingis to debut. But in the meantime, they have Al Horford, a vintage night from the big man. Tim, what did he bring?
Hey, listen, Al Horford did what the Warriors wanted him to do when they brought him in. The Grizzlies also did what they want to do here. A hard-fought loss for the Memphis Grizzlies, blowing a 10-point lead by going scoreless in the last 4 minutes. Nice job, Warriors. You accepted the gift.
A hard-fought loss. What a phrase. All right, well, how about the Timberwolves? Tied a franchise record with 81 points in the first half. The Wolves won. That's despite losing Naz Reid. He had a little scuffle with Mohamed Gay. Danny, how badly do these guys just need maybe a little All-Star break?
Oh, man, it's the dark days. They need it very badly. All these teams, a lot of scuffling happening going on, but I do love the fact that the Minnesota Timberwolves are kind of trending in a better direction after hearing the murmurs yesterday of they need something better to happen for them. So this is a good win for them, but we need an All-Star break. A lot of teams are getting very antsy out there, and a lot of fights are happening. We don't need that.
You know who is not trending in a great direction? Yeah, this is the Tankathon. Larry Markkinen, Jaren Jackson, Yusuf Nurkic all sat the entire fourth quarter, but Bryce Sensabaugh, he made the game-winning shot to beat Miami. This is clearly the game plan, right, Tim?
Read the room, buddy. Read the room.
Listen, you can't.
You got to find a way to win even against teams that are, I guess you can say trying to lose.
Close to you put in Jaren about that.
That wasn't.
Yikes. All right, Bobby, it's time to talk about the T word.
Will Hardy.
Tanking.
Oh, man.
Where do things stand in terms of the conversation between the league and teams right now? Because it feels like we're reaching a little bit of a fever pitch.
I mean, between the fight last night and what happened with Utah,
What a time.
my text thread was pretty filled. I think it's more about the I word, the integrity word. I think what Utah is doing right now is messing around with the integrity of the NBA. The ability to sit players, starters, in the fourth quarter, to not call timeouts in the fourth quarter. Orlando won the game on Saturday because they basically rested players. And it backfired on them last night. So I think if you're the league, you're looking at it. All right, can we do some gimmicks? Can we alter protections and eliminate protections as far as picks? Or can we put the hammer down?
Well, tanking is the biggest problem that the league has right now, and it is an epidemic. The Jazz have become the poster boys. They're not alone. A third of the league is blatantly tanking right now. Would it be better if the Jazz got Jaren Jackson Jr. and said, hey, you've got a hangnail. Looks like you need to sit for a few months, like Washington has done with Trae Young, like Indiana has done with Ivica Zubac? This is on Adam Silver and the league office to figure out a solution, to figure out how to make it not smart strategy, because the best teams in the league have benefited from tanking. That's the problem.
Really quick question, then. Does the F word respectfully come up in
Whoa.
fine?
Oh,
Fine?
oh,
Fine?
sure.
Fine? Yo, relax.
Whoa.
Fine. Do you think that's enough of...
How much? 10?
I mean, haven't we seen, was it back in like
Wow.
2023 or so, like $750,000 to organizations?
And guess what? For example, the Mavericks...
I didn't think that through.
The Mavericks paid fine. The Mavericks paid high six-figure fines twice for tanking. Once they ended up getting Luka Doncic. The next time, they ended up getting that top 10 protected pick that turned into Derek Lively, who helped them go to the finals next year. They'll pay those fines 100 times.
So you're saying that's
over.
not enough?
You've got to make it to where tanking's not smart strategy. You have to do that.
And so what does that actually look like, though?
Is there a world where they can freeze frame the records at a certain point in the season to where it doesn't matter anymore after that point? Like at the trade deadline or at All-Star break. Teams are not going to tank that early, right? So, like, this is what your record, these are your lottery odds at this point in the season. So the rest of the season doesn't matter. So you better play for a play-in or play for the playoffs at that point.
I think you can, but there's always going to be a way for team to manipulate the rules. Whether we go a shortened season or we freeze the records here, there's still going to be something there that teams are going to be. And as one team said, it's not about the gimmicks anymore. It's about the league actually having a hard conversation to address this.
Oklahoma City, right, the best team in the NBA, benefited by tanking for years. They were sort of the face of it.
Theirs was at least a quick tank.
Yeah, but they were sort of the face of being able to get all these picks and recoup it and get it all back. I think when the play-in tournament started, Bobby, there was a conversation about, oh, is this going to be the end of tanking? And for a little while, it seemed like fewer teams at least were tanking. Obviously, this draft is incredibly deep. It's very good. There's a lot of incentive. People are incentivized to be able to get a high pick in this draft in particular. Is the league viewing this right now as a problem that needs to be fixed?
It's a problem.
Okay.
It's a problem that needs to get fixed, and I'm expecting the commissioner to address it this weekend during All-Star break. I think as much as great as All-Star weekend is, this is something that's looming over the league's shoulders.
On the Hoop Collective, you all have suggested some pretty creative possible solutions to the end of
Hit us. I want to know.
One is like Danny's saying, except for wins count towards the lottery standings after a certain point. You know, there have also been, and these are ideas like we're not coming up with these ideas. These are people in the league coming up with the ideas. Now, you know, they've talked about not having mid-lottery pick protections, things like that. I will say, the whole idea of flattening the lottery odds was designed to address this, and it's only made it worse because now instead of having 3 or 4 teams tanking, you've got 9 or 10.
Right, and we expect to hear from Adam Silver in his press conference this weekend at All-Star. I do expect he will be asked several questions about this. All right.
I'm on fire.